Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm AdamMcKola. I'm outside Old Trafford, where we've seen Ruud van Nistelrooy in charge of the mighty Reds here at Old Trafford, and Manchester United going through to the next round and the last eight of the Carabao Cup, a competition we won 2 seasons ago with Erik ten Hag. This was the first game without Erik ten Hag, and obviously Ruud van Nistelrooy in the dugout, and it was a win for Manchester United, and everyone was paying close attention to the team news when that come through to see if there would be any surprises, any changes, anything different. And I think we saw the likes of Altay. Well, I know we saw the likes of Altay Bayindir starting, and of course Joshua Zirkzee as well. And I imagine that would have been pre-planned. Those players maybe expecting to start when Erik ten Hag was here, and I imagine Ruud van Nistelrooy just honoured the agreement that those guys maybe had to play this game. Obviously, as well, we've got Chelsea on Sunday. Rasmus Højlund, you imagine, will start that game, and Andre Onana as well, who wasn't involved in the game at all, but maybe that was a pre-planned day off for him. We also saw Casemiro and Ugarte in the midfield with Bruno Fernandes, and then obviously Rashford and Garnacho up top. In the defence, it was a familiar defence, really, although we had one too many centre-backs. It was Lisandro Martinez at left-back, and then Lindelof, De Ligt, and of course at right-back, Diogo Dalot. Mazraoui did come on as well, so it was good to see him get some minutes with that game against Chelsea in mind. But you're looking at this game today, and it was important Manchester United got off to a good start. I didn't get off to a good start because I arrived to the ground thinking it was an 8 o'clock kickoff. I got here at 7:45 when the game had just kicked off. By the time I managed to get to my seat, Casemiro had just picked up the ball off Alejandro Garnacho. He took a shot. I wasn't even in my seat, actually. I just walked up the stairs. And imagine that for a view. I just walk up the stairs and Casemiro sticks it in the back of the net with an absolutely fantastic strike from him. It was a great goal from him, and it was a man of the match performance from him as well. He got a second goal when his own header come back off both posts, and then he followed it in with a fantastic finish, just smashing it into the back of the net. And it was good to see Manchester United at the races today. I thought both of our first goals were fantastic. Garnacho's goal, a real good team move. Dalot's ball into the box, the back post, finding Garnacho, and Garnacho finishing that one as well. I thought that one was a real good goal for Manchester United, and a good team goal as well. The pass, I think it may have been Bruno or Casemiro who found Diogo Dalot. And it was a fantastic pass from them to bring him into the game. As I said, Casemiro, my man of the match today. It was an incredible performance from him. And apart from that Liverpool game, although I know that Liverpool game does weigh heavy, and it's a big game. Apart from that Liverpool game, I do think Casemiro has been impressive this season. He turned up to pre-season training looking a little bit leaner and a little bit fitter, and he's reaped the rewards for it this season, and he scored a fair few goals, and today another two. He could have had a hat-trick as well with his header going just wide. After Alejandro Garnacho's goal, though, we allowed them back into it, and it was a fantastic strike. Al-Khanous is his name, Al-Khanousi, I think. Not too sure what his name was, but it was a fantastic strike from him, kind of catching the half volley with the outside of his foot, it bending away from the goal and hitting the post and nestling in the back of the net. It was a fantastic goal by them. And then you start thinking, right, how are we going to react? Are our heads going to drop? Are our shoulders going to drop? Or are we going to react well? And we got a little bit of luck. It was Bruno Fernandes with the goal, although it was a free kick that had a massive deflection off the wall. I imagine because it was on target, Bruno Fernandes got rewarded with a goal. There was no VAR today as well. I don't know if they changed who the goal scorers are going to be, but there was no VAR. Bruno Fernandes did get given the goal. His second goal, our fifth in the second half, was a fantastic one too. A real good goal from him. He rolled it was a poor mistake by Leicester City. The defenders passed him in, and he's managed to get there before the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's retreating and then tried to come for it, and Bruno Fernandes just rolled the ball under his foot and got around him. It was a fantastic bit of play by Bruno Fernandes, by Manchester United's captain. It was a good performance by the team as well, but it was one that you half expected to come. And with Ruud van Nistelrooy in charge, I think we've seen today that Ruben Amorim won't be in charge until November the 10th. So we've got a little bit of time with Ruud van Nistelrooy in charge now as well. And he'll be in charge against Chelsea. So good to get some momentum going with him. We play Leicester as well in a Premier League game soon. That will be coming up very soon. Obviously that Chelsea game next here at Old Trafford, they're in fantastic form. I think they were knocked out of the cup today, but obviously resting players and fielding a different team. They'll have a much stronger team against Manchester United at the weekend, and we have to be up for that one. 2 goals for Casemiro, 2 goals for Bruno Fernandes. Garnacho with the goal as well. A fantastic goal, fantastic team goal for Garnacho, and Manchester United getting the win. There was a poorly defended goal. I think I can't really blame him too much. He was unsighted. 2 of his teammates jumped up for the header in front of him, failed to get it, and then it kind of hits his chest and goes down. Maybe you can blame all 3 of them, Delo and the other 2 as well. I think it was Delit and someone else, not too sure, but a poor defended goal for Connor Cody's goal just before the break, which left it as 4-2. But then in the second half, just that one goal. A shame we couldn't capitalise and get a few more goals. Ethan Wheatley did come on. I thought, Ruud van Nistelrooy was going to give Harry Hamas his debut today. I thought he was going to try and be, when a manager tries to give someone a debut so they can be known as that guy that gave that player a debut if they go on to have a big career. I thought Ruud van Nistelrooy would try and do that with Harry Hamas. Look, we know Harry Hamas has got a bright future ahead of him. He's got massive potential, but I thought Ruud might try and claim that the guy that gave Harry Hamas his debut. It didn't happen. Still time. As I said, Ruben Amorim isn't coming in until November the 10th, so we have to wait and see how that one plays out. But Man United today, a big win. It was good to see the crowd up for it as well. Obviously, we've had a difficult time recently. It hasn't been pretty watching Manchester United. Look, I was gutted that we had to change managers again. You don't want to see the club constantly changing managers, but it was the right decision. I spoke with a few Reds today, and they all felt a little bit the same. Like, yes, it's disappointing, but it was a decision that had to be made. We gave Erik ten Hag an ample amount of time, maybe too much time, some people would say. I think it was right. I was saying before the cup final to give him a little bit more time with this structure. We got in some signings for him. We got injured players back. We obviously won the cup. You're thinking, can we use this momentum going into the new season? It didn't happen. Erik ten Hag's gone now, though. Ruud van Nistelrooy's here on the interim. Ruben Amorim will be becoming the Manchester United manager, but as I said, some reports that won't be until November the 10th coming with all of his backroom staff, which probably will mean that Ruud van Nistelrooy will leave as well, because he came in as a suggestion of Erik ten Hag's agency and kind of his agent kind of forcing the hand with that one. So unless Ruben Amorim wants to keep Ruud van Nistelrooy around, and I imagine Ruud van Nistelrooy won't want to stay where he isn't wanted. He had a bright start to his managerial career at PSV Eindhoven. I imagine he'll want to continue that. He rejected jobs to take the assistant manager's job with Erik ten Hag. He wanted to come to a club that he loves. Obviously, we love him. People singing his name today, and it was fantastic to see him on the sidelines and Manchester United getting the win as well. But look, this is just a start of hopefully a recovery for Manchester United this season. We're in the last 8 of the Carabao Cup now, and whilst we haven't had a great start in the Europa League, we can still turn that around. The FA Cup starts in January, so everything isn't lost. Big game on the weekend as well. If we can get a win against Chelsea, then who knows where we can go in terms of in the league, and if we can start closing that gap on the teams in the European spots above us. But yeah, it was just nice to have an enjoyable day at Old Trafford today, sitting in the Stretford End, going through the songs, watching Man United score goals. Happy days. Let us know your thoughts. I'll see you in a bit.